So proud of you guys. Thank you for leading so well. We are grateful to have you represent. Thank you to the good Lord. If you know our story, you know this is all about Him. We would not be here today if it weren't for Him. Thank you to my unit. Oh my gosh, you guys, you did it. But don't even think for a second that we're done yet. Don't even think for a second that we are done yet. And to my family, who I will not be able to look at, but what they thought would break us only made us stronger. And we are here, and we are Kirkpatrick strong. Watch us, because we got a lot planned. So many of you have heard my story. But from stage, we often just hear the highlight reel. Have you noticed that? And let's be honest, when I started, I was pretty sure that I was only gonna have a highlight reel. Anybody else? That it was all gonna be highlight reel. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of the not so highlight reel portion of the event. The last couple of years, my mom was diagnosed with stomach cancer. And we got our oldest daughter out of an emotionally abusive marriage. I was positive I was going to be a national by now. And I was sure that I would have already done 1 million by now, but guess what? Not yet. I spent years wanting to be good enough to be a top director, but I didn't think I measured up. There were years that I convinced myself that pushing for the next goal was just not for me, that I should just be happy being an Equinox. And let's be clear, being an Equinox is not a bad thing. But it was because I was choosing it, not because that's what God was calling me to. So I've also had, this has probably not happened to any of you, but I've had people join my team who I was positive were going to be my next rock stars, and they never returned my phone call. Anybody? Okay. And I've also had some sales directors that were all in until they weren't. Our theme this year is 1 million dreams. 1 million dreams. And all of these things have tried to derail me from my dreams. 1 million dreams are sewn into each starter kit before it's even shipped out. The possibilities are endless. So we're going to take just a second and we're going to talk about some of those dreams you've already found. We're going to get a little blood flowing. So if anybody is sweat averse, it's not going to be that bad. I promise you, you're not, it's okay. It's okay. This is a group participation event. So for all of you that may not like to do group participation events, you might like to be rebels, I'm gonna call you on it and you're gonna participate, okay? So you're gonna look at one of your friends next to you and say, I'm participating. Now look at the girl on the other side and say, you are too, right? You are too. And if she doesn't, it is totally okay, and I believe that Jesus would be okay with it too, for you to give her the evil side eye. I'm saying, okay. So, we're going to talk about some of those dreams that you've already found in your starter kit. So if any of these apply to you, I want you to stand up. First, let's talk money. Stand up if you had paid for something significant with your Mary Kay income. Significant with your Mary Kay income. If you had paid for something like fun money, some extra fun money, if you've made some extra fun money. If you've earned some prizes at Mary Kay, stand up. Love that. Okay. Sit down for just a second.
Don't you have some key jewelry?
Let's talk goals. Stand up if you have hit a goal that you didn't think you could. If you've hit a goal that you didn't think you could. Stand up if you have set a goal and missed it and not quit and maybe even learned a few things along the way. Stand up. All right. Sit down. Let's talk growth. Stand up if you smile more now and maybe even look people in the eye more than you did before. You feel more confident, you dress better, your hair is cuter, and your makeup is way better. Yes? Stand up if you are less anxious, depressed, sad, or blah days don't affect you like they used to. Yes? You have friends that accept you for who you are. Maybe you don't feel like you need to be someone else anymore. Yes, you have learned or are learning
that God made you exactly how he meant to. You understand.
I hope you're all seeing that. I hope you understand that you deserve to be treated with respect. Maybe you've even gotten out of a bad marriage or relationship because of Mary Kay. I hope you understand that you can dream again. Keep standing if you have come to know the Lord or have a stronger relationship with him because of your Mary Kay starter kit. You can sit down. All of these, plus so many more, are things that as I've talked to people over the years, these are the things that they have shared with me that they have gotten out of their starter kit. So, if all of these million dreams are sewn in to each starter kit, just waiting to come to fruition, why don't we grab a hold of them? Well, I'm going to give you a few that maybe you can relate to. Number one, distraction. Does anybody else get distracted? Never? Right, okay. I call this the bright, shiny things problem. Because let's be real, we think of distractions as bad things, but for us, so many times they're actually good things that we allow to distract us, right? Church activities, our kids. Maybe I like my date nights with my husband. I think he's pretty hot and pretty fun, so I like to hang out with him. This is a problem if you're supposed to be working, right? Okay, church mission trips, teaching Sunday school. All of these, as wonderful as they are, can be distractions, and they can keep you from accessing all of those dreams that are possible. Number two, delay, unexpected life situations. And you guys, these can be good and bad as well. I mentioned that my mom has stomach cancer. She's doing great, by the way. 2 years. Yeah. She is thriving. She is feisty, and you better watch out because I don't know what she's going to do next. We got our daughter Kayla out of an emotionally abusive marriage. We didn't see our granddaughter for 16 days. It was insane. We were in court every other week. We didn't know what was going to happen. Okay, we can agree that those are some yucky things. Our other daughter got married in our backyard. Great thing. Still, it caused us to stop what we were doing and move on to something else for a short period of time. Sometimes these delays are even intentional. I don't know about you, but have you ever had a season where maybe you had a child graduating or you had a big event coming up like a wedding, and you said, I'm going to have to take a break for a little while. And then that little while just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. Yeah, delays, they happen. What about doubt? Has doubt ever creeped in? Number three is doubt. It often starts, I've noticed, when we miss a goal. Funny how that works, right? Maybe we start saying things like, I must have gotten the wrong message. It was probably just because I was excited. That wasn't actually what I was supposed to be doing. Maybe you've said things like, it's probably possible for other people, but they aren't me. They don't live in a little tiny town like I do. They aren't single moms. They have supportive husbands. Any of those things, right? Those are things that lead us to doubt. And then number four is deception. The lies we tell ourselves. For me, those have looked like a couple of things. One, how I was raised. I was raised in a really small town. And I felt like I needed to play small when I was up there. To the point where if anybody asked me about my business, I said, it's just this little thing. It's not that big of a deal. Even after I had been #1 at Ruby's seminar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it happens to us too. The other lie that I have believed is what others have said about me. And Tammy just mentioned that. We often hear a lot of things that are hurtful and we start believing them. And then mistakes that I have made. I quit everything, including college. I can't finish anything. I don't know how to finish things. I've never finished anything. Mistakes I have made have caused me to believe the lies that really aren't true at all. And then when all of that piles down on us, it leads to discouragement. And then what I believe to be the killer of all the dreams is complacency. Complacency is settling
for circumstances that are less than ideal and justifying why it's best for me and why I should just be okay with it. Anybody? Don't raise your hand. Anybody ever been complacent? You can just keep that to yourself. Me too. Me too. And I have realized more than ever, my calling, my mission statement is this. We are missionaries fighting mediocrity and converting the complacent to live a life of excellence. We are missionaries fighting mediocrity and converting complacent to live the life of excellence. So what's the big secret that's helped me get on this stage? The big secret that seems like only top sales directors and national sales directors get to know. How do we get through all of this? We focus on a million dreams every single day. We get distracted, but we refocus. We have delays, but we start again. We have doubts, so we reach up. We have been deceived, but we align with what God says we are. And we have been discouraged, but in the words of Marianne Williamson, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, I want you to stand up, and I want you to repeat after me. Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous?
Who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous?
Actually, who am I not to be?
Actually, who am I not to be?
I am a child of God.
I am a child of God.
Playing small does not serve the world.
Playing small does not serve the world.
There is nothing enlightened about shrinking.
There is nothing enlightened about shrinking.
So that other people won't feel insecure around me.
So that other people won't feel insecure around me.
I am meant to shine.
I am meant to shine.
As children do.
As children do.
I was born to make manifest the glory of God that is within me.
I was born to make manifest the glory of God that is within me.
It's not in just some of us.
It's not just some of us.
It is in everyone.
It is in everyone.
And as I let my light shine, I unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
I unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
And as I am liberated from my own fear, my presence automatically liberates others.
My presence automatically liberates others.
Are you ready? Are you really ready?